Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to another writing time. Today, our lesson's going to be actually done at night, so please forgive me for the glare in my glasses. Without the sun coming through my window, it doesn't have as much of a reflective area, so it's reflecting a lot from my computer screen. So just bear with me as we go through this. This week also, we're going to go back into nursery rhymes. I really love the nursery rhyme text structures, especially for our pre-K through third grade students, because it gives them a reference point to go and look at first when developing their kernel essays and then going into their essay by itself. It also gives the teacher something that they can use also as a model to use within their writing. So remember when I do this, that I'm going to treat this just like I would inside of my classroom. So I'm going to read it all the way through first. Then I'm going to read a line. You guys will read it. And then I'll give you time to go ahead and read it by yourself and try to see if you guys can do it. So today's nursery rhyme is Peter, Peter, Pumpkin Eater. And it goes like this. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. All right, so now I'm going to read it. You're going to repeat. Ready? Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. All right, your turn. Ready? Go. Great job, guys. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at our text structure and see how the nursery rhyme goes and fits into it. And then we're going to go ahead and develop our own kernel essay. So it says here, who had a problem? So in our nursery rhyme, who had a problem? Right, Peter did. What was Peter's problem? Very good. He had a wife and he couldn't keep her. So what they did about it. What did Peter do with his wife? Okay, and the happy ending? Very good. He kept her there very well. Very good. So that's our text structure right now. When we're going to develop our kernel essay, we're going to use this text structure, who had the problem, what they did about it, and the happy ending to go ahead and match this prompt. Think about a time a problem turned out just fine. So let's go ahead and think of a problem. Okay, one of the problems that a lot of kids have is a broken toy. Well, a lot of times we think about what can we do to fix this toy? What can we do? Maybe we'll have to replace it. Maybe we can just get something done. Maybe it's our favorite shirt or something that happens. So think about something that's a problem that happens in your everyday life. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick one of my daughter's animals. She had a dog that she loved very much. In fact, when she was very little, at one point, she ripped off the ear of the dog. Not exactly sure how she did it, but she did it. Anyways, I came in one day, and inside of her crib, there was the dog, and the ear was next to her. So who had the problem? It would be Courtney. Had a problem. What was it? She ripped off the ear of her stuffed puppy. What they did about it? Well, I took the dog and the ear and I tried to sew it back together. So I tried to sew the ear back on. Now for our happy ending. Now our happy ending has a little bit of a twist to it because I'm not a very good sewer. The ear didn't last very long on the dog. In fact, the next day when I saw the dog with my daughter, the ear was nowhere to be found. So at some point the next day, Courtney ripped the ear off again from the puppy. However, she still loved the puppy. So there's our kernel essay. Remember, this is just a bare bones outline of what we're going to be talking about. We're going to flesh it out in our essay below. So just like before, I'm going to take my first little box of my text structure, and I'm going to go and flesh it out a little bit. I'm going to add some more detail. I'm going to use also, in this beginning, I'm going to use our bada bing. And if you guys remember a couple of videos ago, I talked to you guys through how to use a bada bing. And we're going to do that again today. So what was the problem? Courtney ripped off the ear of her stuffed puppy. All right. So our ba and our bada bing are, where are my feet? So I walked into my daughter's room in the morning and found that at some point in the night, she ripped off the ear of her puppy. Now you can see that I have my ball already. I walked into my daughter's room, where were my feet, but I also added the doll already also, the 5 cents sentence. I said, and found that at some point in the night, she ripped off the ear. So what do I see? I see that she ripped off the ear to her puppy. So I can go ahead and keep it like that and make it very short, or I can add another one of my 5 cents sentences. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. I didn't hear my daughter crying. In fact, I'm not sure she even noticed the ear missing yet. Okay, so now I have 2 of my 5 senses represented in this paragraph. Now I'm going to use my being, either an emotion or a thought. I'm going to go ahead and use a thought right now because I'm going to go and tell the reader what I was thinking at that point. I thought to myself, I need to fix this puppy before she notices. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my second box. Once again, bare bones. I tried to sew the ear back on. That's not a lot of stuff, but I can take that and add on to it. I took the puppy to my bedroom and got out a sewing kit. I began to try my best to sew the ear of the puppy back on to the head. After I was done, I noticed that it looked pretty good. I hoped that she wouldn't notice. I walked back into her room and placed the puppy into her crib. As you can see, I took that one sentence and was able to make an entire paragraph out of it. Remember, in our kernel essay, it doesn't matter how much we put in there because it's just a placeholder just to get us to remember what we're writing about. And now the happy ending. At some point the next day, Courtney ripped the ear off of the puppy again. I am not sure when she did it, and I never did find the ear. However, she still loved the puppy and didn't even miss the ear. To this day, she still has her stuffed puppy in her room. And there we go. Now, again, this is just now a draft. I can always go back and add detail. I can add figurative language in there. I can add more adjectives, more elaborative sentences in there. But this is a good draft. All right, guys. So here's Peter Pumpkin Eater. Just like always, I will leave a link to this document so that you can download it, so that you can do it at your own in the description below. I will also leave a link to the video with the Bada Bing, just in case you need a refresher on that. And if you will type up your responses, I would love to see it in the comment section below. And then if we get any of these, we'll share them in the next video. Thank you very much, guys, and have a great day.